Hey everybody, see who's in here? I think I had one waiting on me. Trying to get everything all set up. Sorry I was a minute or two late there. See who all's in here. Yamez, dude, thank you so much, man. Thank you for stepping in, saying hey. There it is right there, and there's Dana, my buddy. Thank you guys so much. Had a few technical difficulties getting going this evening, guys, so we'll get there. So let me do a quick switch just to show you what we got. Hi, Carrie. What do you think of that? Yeah, I got you. Yamez, man, you had a time getting to it. I'm same boat. Working on getting this piece heated up here. We're gonna make a candle holder. So we basically are taking some 1/4 inch. I can't even begin to tell you how long it is. It doesn't matter because we're gonna do whatever we can with it. I already had a piece pointed out, so we're going to heat that up, taper the end real tight, real fine, and it's to actually hold a candle goes down on it. So that's what we're going to do this evening. Yamez, man, you always got your hands full. You're absolutely right, Dana. Not that easy. Not that easy at all. If you guys have watched the videos, how's the sound? Sound okay? Propane forge a little too much, or is it all right? Everybody still with me? Awesome. All right, let's get some work done. Yeah, that's one of the concerns I had, Yamez, is to not try to get the settings right for the latency. So yeah, it's fun setting it all up. I did a few sample videos and just had some fun struggles with that. If you guys could see, and I know it's the same way with some of you guys, if you could see what goes on behind all of this stuff, man, a lot of fun. Dana, sorry I've missed you on a couple of years, man. Sunday afternoon, sometimes it's a little late for me. This goes out, I usually do about 6 inches. It's a spiraled candle holder, so it'll have a spike. And this spike has got to be pretty fine. So those of you who don't know, the coal forge blower is crazy loud. I don't know how loud for you guys the propane is doing right now, but I know it's got to be better. Carrie, you staying safe over there? I'm just glad this isn't an absolute flop. I'll just say that right now. If there's a little delay in the sound and a little delay in the hammer and everything like that, I'm fine with that to start with. So hopefully just the quality is good enough where we can get on and chat and do a little bit of work at the same time. That is killer, Yamez. I am so glad to hear that forge is not making any noise to speak of. Do some work. I'm going to get a little bit better control so I can switch to doing this without having to walk back and forth to the computer. I like Yamez's wireless keyboard, which I have one, but I wanted to make sure I didn't clog things up over here too much. Hopefully not in the way either. You know, it's funny, guys, every time I do this square octagon round, every time I do that, I hear John Switzer in my head. Yeah, I hear John in my head going, square octagon round. Controller on the wrist. Hey, Chris. Chris up at White North. Good to see you, man. Yeah, are you serious? A controller on the wrist? I have my, we do this at church, and I have my iPad, which is what you're looking at right here. I have my iPad set up as a second screen, and I had it where I could move over and switch screens just touching the iPad. It turns it into a touch screen at church, but I haven't got all that figured out right here. Carrie Thaxton, what you're seeing right now is folks from anywhere from south of Boston to up in Canada to on the coast of Carolina. Who knows who else might show up. I know not a big following, but man, this is so cool. So glad to have you guys. Square octagon round. That's still a little thick right there. The quad squad, man. That would just absolutely kill me to have them show up, man. That would be incredible. Hey, I'm gonna, when I finish off on the round, especially on the spike that holds the candle, I'm gonna try a little trick that I saw Brian Asprey do after I do the brushing with the butcher block brush to really get a nice, pretty fine, smooth texture on the spike. So give me just a second. I'll go make sure I've got it on standby here. The quad squad, man. Let's thin this out just a little bit more. Who just jumped in? North Country. Good to have you, man. Good to have you. North Country. I'm not sure I recognize that. There's the B&B. Good evening, bar. Good evening, B&B down there. You guys do great stuff, man. I had a really cool idea. Wait, stay right there. Guys down at B&B, I had a really cool idea, Bob, that for your toilet paper challenge, I thought about making a halberd with railroad spikes. I almost did it. I almost jumped in on the railroad spike toilet paper challenge. I was thinking about doing a halberd on a big long pole with railroad spikes. What do you think? Steve. Fuss. All right. So we can call him Fuss. Is that all right? North Country. Excellent, man. Adam from Australia. Speargrass. Adam, how are you, buddy? Too cool. Steve, Bob, and Adam, all you guys in there. Man, so cool. Great to have you guys. We're making a candle holder, just so you guys know, those of you who are just jumping in. I just love the fact you guys can jump in even to watch a really bad blacksmith do some work. Fuss, thank you so much for the subscription, man. I appreciate that. Is that Sully coming in on Shamrock that I see? Man, you guys are the best. This is just incredible. While we're waiting on that, for those of you who don't know, my name's Troy. It's Bar Run Forge, and I basically converted our old hog barn into our blacksmithing shop. After last year, I went to a thing called our Antique Machinery Show. We have the Ohio Valley Antique Machinery Show. And in August of last year, one of the guys there named Mike was in the blacksmith shop, and I was interested. I've always been interested, and I'm going to tell you that story one of these days. I've always been interested in it, and it's somewhere along the line, I said, hey, can I come see what you're doing? And he said, sure. So I walked in, I sat down on a folding chair. Hey, Coffee. That is so cool, man. So anyway, I sat down in the chair, and he said, well, are you going to swing the hammer or not? So I got up, and I started working, and I made a real basic piece, as most of us did, and I was stuck, man. I had to be in. And so I just started doing it last year around August. I bought a forge late September. It's the coal forge here, and we'll do that another time when I've got the thing on it there. But, man, I'm having an absolute blast with this. John. All right, so cool. All right, let's do some work. I do apologize for all the delay and stuff, guys, as far as the sound and the video and everything. I'm just going to do a last little bit of rounding right here, and then I've got one little thing I'm going to do. And again, this is just stuff you guys know, you learn from other people. I saw Mark Asprey do this on something that he did in a project. And I'm going to try it, and it does seem to help with the cleanliness of things. Let's see what kind of view you guys get out of it there. Not real good. Maybe it's better up here, I don't know. All right, we'll switch to this one. So we're just doing a real thin taper, try to get down a little finer on the point, but I got a little something to do here in just a second. See who's in here. John at Coffee's Forward, Mr. Coffee, as they say. Moving steel. Yamez, if I'd have been there, I'd have helped you, buddy, but sorry. great to have you guys, man. I'm excited about this. Absolutely love this community. It's been such a cool thing for me. Now, I normally forge with an apron on, a leather apron, and I may yet go get that, but I kind of just caught myself right there at the end. I'd lit the forge and did all this stuff, and I realized I didn't have everything set right. So, like I said, usually I do forge with an apron. All right, we're getting ready to do our little trick. It's not really a trick, just a little something extra. First thing he does is he always gives it a good wire brush, as good as he can. And then he just rotates with a file. Really cool way to kind of hot file, but also really cleans it up, makes things nice and pretty, at least when you're dealing with a guy like me who's not that great at it. So let's take a look. Just cleans it up a little bit. Really kind of cool. John, I would have watched Yalmez struggle a little bit. Yamsey. Yalmez, I'm sure you've got tons of nicknames that are close to Yalmez, but not quite. Adam, good to see you, man. Hey, I got some exciting news for you guys. Right over there is going to be a power hammer. We got a power hammer coming from that state up north. See, I'm from Ohio, so we don't even say that word up there. So we got a power hammer coming. The buddy I kind of smith with, who uses my shop, we located a power hammer. The guy's got a striking anvil, a power hammer, and a propane forge, I think a couple other tools. And in the process, we got all of that stuff, and I'm going to check out the propane forge and see how good it is. This one may end up for sale. So if you know of anybody out there who's looking for a propane forge, it's a decent, really pretty decent 2-burner forge. All right, get that good and hot. We're going to make a bend in it. Go about right there. Trying not to knock the round off of it. And that's it on that. All right. I know, wasn't that exciting? That was exciting. Watch Troy bend a 90 degree in a round piece of stock. You can't believe I'm wearing blue, John? Oh man. Look, if they made scarlet and gray bibs, I would be wearing them. Trust me. I bleed scarlet and gray. Now except, actually, when the ball is round, when we're playing basketball, I'm a Tar Heel fan. So please don't tune away just because I said Buckeyes and Tar Heels, but, you know, it is what it is. Dude, Yamez just said flux, flux, flux. I know what you're trying to do. I know exactly what you're trying to do, man. All right, let me cover it up. I'll go get my apron. Hold on. guys probably hearing me breathe heavy. All right, is that better? How's that? Still sexy as ever, right? All right. Now the trick to getting this going right is trying to get that to not bend back or crinkle. This is the hard part. Try to get it centered up. All right, go back in. Hey, John, thank you so much for checking in, man. Sully says we don't do sports ball. It's kind of cool in the shop. Well, it's been kind of cool here today, actually. We had the grandson with us today and went outside for just a little bit to take a ride on Papaw's tractor, and it got a little cool even here in Ohio, so. John, appreciate you stopping by, man. The bird nesting in my flux bucket. John, I am in southern Ohio, about an hour east of Cincinnati, about an hour or so south of Columbus. Kind of out in the middle of nowhere. We live on the farm that my great-grandfather bought 100 and some years ago, and we've been here, most of the family's been here since the Virginia Military Survey, so this is definitely home. I like to get this first roll real tight. Then I like to scald my hand. I might switch gloves. Yeah, the unfortunate part, guys, is you'll see a lot of my forging that I do. My selection of tongs. Are you ready? This is my selection of tongs right here. So I like my wolf jaw tongs a great deal, but they don't do everything. I found these little square things there. They do okay, but not good. But I do what I do. You know, it is what it is. You guys know the drill, right? Yes, guys, I went to Quad State. I mean, think about it. I started forging in August of last year, and I went to Quad State like the next month or so, and it was like my world had been blown. That was just absolutely amazing for me. It was so cool. Adam, I can't begin to tell you how much it means to have, like you talked about the roots. It's just such an honor for me. My family being here for that long, and we've got it protected for like 2 more generations. So, man, So cool. You guys, what's quad state? Just asking the host. Don't make me block you guys now. Come on, we don't just get started with that. Switch over. All right, then we'll start again. A lot of times I do this on, I do it in the vise, because if I can get it hot enough, I put it in the vise and just roll and roll and roll and roll and roll. It makes it go a lot easier. I'm not overly concerned about getting that point straight up and down right now. Man, I hope I don't have to switch tanks. Right in the middle of the live stream. How embarrassing. Yeah. I wasn't going to say the audience is craziness, but kind of is what it is, right? I resemble that remark. Dude, I can't tell you how many times I've said that when somebody says something about me. I resemble that remark. May have to switch to tongs. That's super cool, John. I definitely would like to get together with you sometime, do a little work. Chris, I don't know, man. To be honest with you, hold on, I'll show you. This is no advertisement, but I'm telling you, like $32. $32 for this. And it's rechargeable, just plugs right in, 3.5 millimeter jack. I've been pretty pleased with it. Sorry for the going back and forth in front of the camera, guys. I don't know. Hold on. Let's kind of see what we're getting at, guys. Obviously, I need to straighten that up, the spike. So, All right, see who else is in here. Yeah, I don't doubt that, Chris, that the one up top is frozen. Let's take a look at that. Yeah, not sure what's going on there. Let's see if we can re-add it there. Believe it or not, that is a cell phone, and yes, it has crapped out on us. So the view from the view at the anvil is going to be what it is. Let me do some adjustments and we'll go back. Sorry. Yeah, we're just going to have to go with that for now, guys. There's Holler. Yeah, I just eliminated that overhead cam. I think it just clicked out. There's a thing called NDI, and the iPad is actually on NDI. If you use NDI HX camera, you can actually use that same thing over the Wi-Fi to turn it into a webcam. I'm running everything through OBS, and then the other camera is just a camera that's run that way. So unfortunately, that one did kick out. Do you think I need to sprinkle borax? Is that what you're saying? I may just do that. That would definitely make my evening to have a couple of those guys jump in here and give their input. Maybe I don't want their input. I don't know, but because I may not want to hear what they have to say. But yeah, that would be really cool to have some of those guys show up. All right, just keep going. All right, I'm going for it. What? Roy? What in the world? Wait, just hold on. I just was ready to walk over to my bench and give it a shot. Candyman, Candyman, Candyman. Welcome in, Roy. Thanks for joining us, buddy. Thank you so much. You never coiled that up like that, Yamis? Like I said, I usually do it at the vise, but that would have been another camera. And that is definitely going to get too hot here in just a minute. I'm probably going to do maybe one more wrap like that. We'll see. Wouldn't this be similar, for those of you guys that know, almost like a penny scroll? Would that be about right? Yeah, that's going to have to go to tongs. He forgot to switch. Dang it. Thank you. Jelly roll. Penny rolls when you turn it solid, right? He forgot to switch. All right, here's where it gets ugly. Man, I hate to do this. I'm going to do it. It's just getting too hot, and I don't have the right tongs for that. I'll try. I'm going to try my wolf jaw tongs and see if that works. Got him spooked. Darn you, Roy. Yeah, somebody asked, okay, now, if you guys get me off on some kind of crazy, oh yeah, Roy is the scroller, that's for sure. You guys get me off on some kind of crazy tangent, I'm not sure what I'd call it, like a Troy's tantrum or something like that. I'm certainly not going to get into trying to compare, but yeah, nothing like a Roy rant or anything like that. We're going to try it. Yeah, and as I told Roy the other day, tooling has always been kind of a scary thing for me. Not scary, but I just didn't want to get into it. Just worry about it, getting it right. I want to do it right. I made a round punch, a slitting chisel, and a ball punch out of coil spring. So, you know, at some point in time, I got to bite the bullet and either buy some more or make some, so we'll see. You almost got me. You almost got me. They're not quite working the way I wanted them to, that's for sure. I need to knock that down a little bit. Roy rant, spam, spiel, Valhalla vent, Troy's tirade. Oh my goodness. No one likes making tongs. It's a necessary pain. That could be true, Adam. That could be true. Y'all mez yammerings. A Jessica Jaunt. Now, we do like the Jessica Jaunts sometimes. I did forget to say, like, camera 2, Jess, switch over, but Sorry about that. So, chances are I would probably, I don't know, if some of those other guys would happen to show up tonight, I don't know what I would do. I'd probably like go over in the corner and wet myself or something. Yeah, Sully, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Is that I may end up throwing a few in the corner. They do get easier. Well, thank you, Sully. I'm gonna do it. It's just all there is to it. I thought, okay, I jumped and I went ahead and made some punches and chisels and stuff like that. So I'm just gonna have to make some tongs. That's just all there is to it. I fumbled around long enough without them, so. You guys are the best, man. I am so very blessed to have you guys along. Making this first go around go real smooth. Yep, flopped right out of there, didn't it? I may be about done with that. I don't know. I think I will. I think I will. For those of you guys who are listening who kind of sense that you're hearing a little bit more than Southern Ohio accent, there's a reason for that. And the reason for that is I grew up in Southern Ohio. My mom grew up, or was born south Detroit. I went to college in Kentucky. I did my ministry internship in Mobile, Alabama. I did my first ministry in Mount Airy, North Carolina, Andy Griffith's hometown. And then we worked back in Kentucky for a little while before we moved back home. So I'm surprised they even know English. Get a drink. See what everybody's saying. Plant steaks. Did it again. Camera 2, Jess. Basically, just getting ready to center it up. I'm going to bring the spike around, bring that to center, and then I'll put a handle on it. What's our time? What's our time? Roy headed out. God bless you, man. Thank you so much. So much for showing up. Look forward to seeing you again, brother. You know what, Holler, one of the things that, let me see if I got that right, that I started I actually, first time I tried a forge weld, I got so lucky. I mean, not so lucky, but things just went perfectly, and I was just like, I was so excited, because it was another one of those things. Man, this is going to screw up, and it's just going to be horrible. And so anyway, I did it, and it worked, and so I remembered the process and how things went. Now, you know, I've not done the Damascus and all that other stuff yet, but you know, I'm enjoying it. I'm making a bending fork out of an old John Deere wrench that was broken, so I straightened that out. I just started on it, so pull that out, round them around, make a bending fork out of that, make this a different size at the angle so I can work that way. Nighttime. You guys, I'm telling you. 7 o'clock, 6:55. 6:55. So. Well, there we go. That's got that. Now let's try to center that back up, straighten it up. Definitely have to give that one a good brushing. Yeah, we'll get back to that. Anyway. A little bit better look at it. And we'll make a hook on it. What's everybody else doing? Hans? Hans is here. Welcome in, Hans. Hans didn't say hi to me. My feelings are hurt. Well, I gotta think. Yep. I'll try to do this all in one here. We'll see what happens. All right, I'm going to do a survey. I'm going to do a quick survey. Pigtail or curly Q? Which one is it? Go. Thanks, Hans. I appreciate it. It didn't take long, so we're back at it here. Give that a shot. clean that one up a little bit more. Curlicue, corkscrew, curly pigtail, maybe we can start a fight over that. Start a fight. No, it's curlicue, it's pigtail. What'd somebody say? A curly Q tail, curly Q pigtail. What? I'm a little worried. I'm a little worried this project may be over very soon. And it's 7 o'clock. Of course, I'm not going to have you guys stay around here and watch me file and wax and all that kind of other stuff. So. All right. Unwinding on me. Alright, well, we're getting there. I may have jinxed myself, I don't know. Oh, yeah, yeah, August. Please, by all means, Chris, go get your dinner. Thank you so much, man, for coming and joining in. Man, what a blessing that is to have you in here. Hans, I'm brand new at this, man. I'm just just getting started, but I'm having a blast with it. Having a blast. You know, I wondered if I could, if I could do, you know, like some of these have gone, you know, an hour, 2 hours, whatever. And I was like, man, I don't know. I don't know if I could do. Then I thought, I can spend 2 hours in this shop and no time flat. Why can't I spend time with you guys for 2 hours in my shop? All right, we're getting there. Let me show you real quick where we're at. So this is what we're looking at right now. Obviously, I got to straighten the pin up, just working around it. So you guys can see little spiral scroll. Got to straighten the alignment up a little bit, you know, obviously. But that's part of it. So we'll get her back in there and go from there. You can tell I'm new at it because the shop is clean. Is that what you say? All that space is uncluttered. Well, I'm here to tell you that unclutteredness is going to stay that way. However, if you look behind, you'll see all the other stuff that got crammed into the shop. This was where we used to have baby pigs born, and we haven't done that for 35 years here. So since that 35-year period, this place has collected everything. I took 3 big old dump trailers full of stuff out of here just to get started, and it all happened pretty much over the winter. So I'm sorry if I'm missing some of you guys. Hey, by the way, and I forgot, let me look here real quick. I'll get that here in just a second. Let's do some work. Nope. Now this is basically going to be for a, they work best for some of those bigger candles, like almost like a cake candle. Yeah, I know, I said cake candle. So, like I know what those things are. Okay, back to what I was getting ready to talk about. No, I didn't clean it up just for y'all. Check that out. And I'm sure most of you can guess where that came from. The man is on the chat right now. And I haven't done the giveaway thing yet. In fact, I don't even have 50 subscribers yet. But I want to start trading stickers. Now, if you guys look back there, you can see a few of them. Dana's got a few. I got the one from Roy that I won in one of the live streams. So, guys, send me messages later on after the chat. If you want to swap or you want one of the stickers, I think it's a cool way to communicate that way. So, yeah, get with me on that. No, trust me. Yes, Yamez, you're right. It was Dana. Trust me, this is the way the forge is going to look like, even when stuff gets added in. I used to be also in commercial maintenance at a university, a Christian university. So one of the things I made sure of my shop and all my staff is that their work areas were neat and clean and all that kind of stuff. This is not great. This is not exactly how I want it, but it's operational right now. It'll only get better. I know. Yeah. We've heard that one before. Let's see if we can clean that dude up a little bit. No, don't bend that up. All right, looks like some of the last things we're going to have to do is just align that handle up, and we're not far off right now. Flatten it out. And then give one last little straighten up to that spike. And then we'll be ready to clean it up, put some finish on it. Hans, you are right. I mean, I understand. It's a challenge, and there are times where I just say I'm not going to do any more work until I clean my shop up. You know, projects to the wind, that's fine, but if I can't find tools and I don't know where to go for stuff, then I got to stop. I got to stop for a little while. So, and look, I don't hold it against anybody. You know, if shop is not pristine and tidy and clean, it's your shop. Because I know for a fact there's guys that are a lot better at a lot of the stuff that I do than I am. So if your shop is dirty, if your shop is messy, if it's unorganized, in my mind, it's your shop. You do what you want to do, man. All right, we'll just try to do a little bit of straightening here. I can hear John, again, love John. I can hear John saying it's a little fiddly. Little fiddly. That's the fiddly bit. Fiddly bit. All right. I think I'm okay with that. Fiddly bit. Sounds like something on a children's song, doesn't it? Little kid's song. Alright, that's going to have to go in the vise after I heat that other side up, twist that handle around right. It's kind of askew. So let's put the handle in. $10 pounds of potatoes in a 5-pound sack. Well, okay. I'm gonna let you guys behind the curtain a little bit. You ready? Here it comes. That's the remainder of the shop as of right now. Canoes, kayaks, cider press, broom press, loom. Yeah, everybody got a loom in their shop, right? Okay. But anyway, and then you see that ugly mug and the forge and over to the work table and around. So that's what my shop generally looks like. Let's see if we can get back on. Yeah, that'll do. Fiddly bits. All right, let's switch here, and we'll look over here at the device. Just put a spring on this dude too, man. Yeah, I know. I'm afraid of all the other stuff, but I put a spring on it. I get it. Sorry if I'm in the way, guys. All right. I think at this point I'm going to do nothing but screw it up. So I'm going to put it right back in the forge, and then we'll brush it up, let it cool down a little bit, put the finish on it. And how are we on time? 7:15. All right. All right, back we go. All right, who's on here? Who's saying what? Cider press, man. The cider press, we made a ton of cider through that. And that's my great-grandfather's, and it's also has my great-grandfather's broom press, where I'm growing broom corn this year, make my own shave horse, I'm gonna draw a knife and make broom handles and make homemade brooms. So look for those as well. I may do a video on that. That'll be fun. New blacksmithing challenge. Show us your shop. Okay. I like it. Show us your shop. We just had new gutters put on the outside too. That's the other thing. There's some other stuff going on. Yeah. I cleared a path to move the 2 anvil pieces. Yeah, you know, I'm stupid blessed to have a place like this and have a shop like this. And outside that door, I've got my coke and coal and steel and everything covered. So again, super blessed by the opportunity to have a place like this. Hans, I'm in Southern Ohio, about an hour east of Cincinnati. And guys, I'm sorry that the overhead cam kind of crapped out on us, but you guys know how it goes, right? All right. Up. Tighten that up. I know, I'm just going to screw it up. All right. All right. Close enough for government work. All right, guys. That's as much of a finished product as we're going to get for the moment. And you can see good sized candle right down on that spike, handle on it. We'll put some beeswax on it here, but that's the project. It is what it is. That's what I can accomplish in an hour. So anyway, wait for it to cool down. We'll put a little bit of wax on it just to kind of catch up with you guys here. Broom press, cider press. Yeah, we'd love to show that off. Yeah, I'm actually letting it cool just a little bit. Thanks, guys. I appreciate that. Yeah, let's put it in some oil real quick, and then let that kind of wipe off of there, and then we'll definitely put a little bit of wax on it. I always love those little tips and tricks, and what everybody else is doing. I love to see those and hear those. And I get my beeswax from the guy who actually got me started in forging and blacksmithing, and he also owns lots of bees, so he provides me with some beeswax. Lucky me, right? All right, let's put a little, see if it's hot enough still to put some beeswax on it. Plus, I like the smell of beeswax. Thanks, guys. Yeah, man, the interaction on Livestream, man, that stuff's incredible. Like I said, I'm crazy blessed. I'm beyond blessed by you guys. Very helpful. All that you guys do for each other. I watch, some of you guys sending hammers and tongs and all kinds of stuff to each other. And it just doesn't happen in every community. I'll just tell you that right now. So, kudos to you guys. Yeah, all of you. All right. A little bit of a wipe down. Take the final finish off of there. And just let her sit. Put the wax away. I will tell you guys, I've got a fun project coming up, and I think it's going to be around Father's Day, and I'll give you guys a preview. How about that? My dad passed away a little over 4 years, or 3+ years ago. This is our 4th Father's Day without him, and he was a special guy. And I'm gonna put out a video just for that, and this will go along with it. And he died of a really kind of rare disease. And I obviously I miss him every day, but I don't. I'm glad he is where he is. He was a faithful man who taught me immensely. But I'm not going to get into all that. But here's what I'm going to do. Just before he passed away, they had him on oxygen, and the people who left behind one of the oxygen tanks. So I had an idea. I cut the bottom out of that oxygen tank, and it's aluminum. So I'm going to clean it all up, make it completely smooth, and then I got this bolt go in right up through there. Yeah, it's not going to be a whole lot of forging. I'll just tell you that right now. But you guys are going to get a preview on this. And then just tighten that hook nut on there. And then, so this will be basically how it hangs, and I'll put the clapper on the inside of it. We tore down an old tree that was kind of the bane of Dad's existence. He hated this tree. So while we were tearing this tree out, we came across this. Now, I'm going to try to give everybody a good look at it and see if anybody can tell me what it is. I'll count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I hope I did that right. It is a hay rake tine, of what they used to call buck rake. This was embedded in the tree, and it probably belonged to my great-great-grandfather. The hay rake did. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to forge flat spot here with 2 indentations to mount it to a pole. I'm going to cut it off about right here, put our curly Q tail pig Q at the end, and then that part is going to be the clapper on the inside of it. And so really I just wanted to do that as a matter of kind of giving Dad, you got it, buck rake, you got it right. So that's what the kind of tribute to Dad. And this is going to be Dad's bell. So I wanted you to hear something. I'm sorry if this is really loud. That will work. So we're going to hang that up. This is going to be a part of, this will be Dad's bell, and that'll be a Father's Day tribute video. So I'm looking forward to that as well. So yeah, I think it's wise for us to pay tribute to people like that who've made such an influence. And you know, I've got a couple other people that I'm going to talk about and let you guys know who've influenced me, not just on the blacksmithing side, but just basically in life. And it's really what I wanted to do with the channel anyway. Have some fun blacksmithing and talk about stuff. So man, I'm thrilled with it. I'm looking forward to keep doing stuff like that. Let me just say for just a minute, I'm overwhelmed. I'm so thankful that you guys showed up on my little channel to hang out here. Again, just you guys are such a neat group and such a cool community that kind of looks out for each other and checks in on each other. I love getting in on the live chats. I know some aren't. I talked to Ken at Maple Leaf Forge, and he's like, it's just not my thing, and I'm cool with that. I understand that. But I'm glad we can. I'm glad, especially during this time, we can connect like this and get together. Man, do I hope that we can do Quad State this year, because there's so many of you guys that I would love to meet. And if there ever comes a time where you guys are in this area, in Ohio, or you know, if you can tell me where you're at and I happen to be traveling, I know Neil and Who else? Evan. We love, especially Evan, we love going to Vermont. We're thinking about going to Vermont this fall. You know, guys like that, go up and see Evan at Oddwood and you know, get the, I love the Carolinas, and as much as that, the mountains are not close to the coast, it would actually, this is one of these things where, man, if I'm in this area, I'd really like to travel a little bit further and, you know, meet Yamez, or I'd really like to go down to, out to Oklahoma, and you know, there's some of these other guys that just, I just want to catch up with you guys and hang with you guys and learn from you guys, because if you can see, obviously, I'm a rookie, but I'm having a blast with it. So we're at 7:30 right now, and I know you guys. Some of the streams go 2 hours or so. And I didn't know how this would go or how I could get one project done and still keep up with you guys. So, you know, if you're fine staying on here with me and talking about stuff, I've got a couple other projects I want to do. I can tell you about those. I'll pull those out. I've got one laid out for kind of a flowered scroll end with a hook, a flat hook. So I've got that kind of set up and already ready to go. I want to do projects like that. Adam, if I ever get to Australia, I'm coming your way, and I would love to go to Australia. And part of the reason that's the case is when I was in high school, all right, nerd alert, you ready? Here goes. I was a tuba player, and I was a pretty good tuba player, just to let you know, I was a pretty good tuba player. And so I got in with what are called drum and bugle corps, and I got invited to be a part of a professional drum and bugle corps to tour for 2 summers. And one of the end of the summers was to come to Australia and tour in Australia for a little bit. And I couldn't go. And I've always regretted not being able to go, because I've always wanted to go to Australia. And I've got a really good friend that lives, trying to think of where exactly they live, but they are in Australia. So yeah, man, I would really love to be able to get to those places, and I love traveling for sure. You know, Dana, how cool would it be to meet up at Evan's place? You know, to end up out there. This piece right here, I want to do a towel rack, but I want to do leaf ends on each end, and then the mounting and curl it out that way to mount it on that. So that's one of the projects I have for this one, and I may do a video on that one. You know, all these ideas are videos to do. So, but anyway. Yeah. I don't know. Y'all, hey, you're talking to a guy who's by profession a minister, so talking is not a problem. Hey, that's cooled down. There it is, guys. There's our candle holder. Not exactly the finished product that I wanted, but you know, it lines up all right, all that kind of fun stuff. And it'll certainly take one of those nice, decent size cake candles, carry it around, you know, do all right. So that's today's project, at least. See what everybody else has got to say. Eastern Pennsylvania, boy, Hans, I would love to come through like Bucks County and places like that. Been through that area several times. Really enjoy that, up around Valley Forge. Thanks, Richard. I appreciate that. All you guys, very, very nice for you guys to compliment in that way. That's very kind of you. Yamez, I'm not like you, man. I'm not going to sing it. I'm not going to sing it. It's in my head. It's in my head. The Land Down Under. I'm thinking it. I'm just not going to do it. Oh man, you guys are a hoot. Guys are an absolute hoot. Um, let me. Oh, that's cool. Um, Let me tell you something real quick, if I can. And I hate to just kind of like pour my guts out here, right here, but for those of you who have noticed my face, you know, I smile and I laugh and stuff like that. Kind of got the Popeye thing going on. When I was 17, I got Bell's palsy and it paralyzed the left side of my face. So that's kind of what you're dealing with, in case anybody has to wonder about that and asking that question. Um, you can see my toe tap. Yamez, dude. But anyway, that's what's going on with the left side of my face, and it's it only it's a self-conscious thing for me, but I still laugh and smile and have a good time with it. So you're gonna try to get me singing? Yeah, I do sing, and maybe I'll tell you what. I'll make you a deal, Hans. You guys all show up for the next live stream next Thursday at 6 o'clock. I will sing a song that will try to not get me kicked off or get some kind of penalty on me. So I know that's tough because the YouTube police is out there and they're watching you. They're watching you and me. In my head. Good grief, you guys. Man, this is super cool. Super cool. Um, anyway, if anybody got anything else? Anything else you got a question for me on? I mean, I don't know much about forging, but just anything you wanted to chat about or anything. I love music, all that kind of stuff. I'm a big fan of the old style of doing things. That's why blacksmithing appealed to me. You know, I've got the loom and the cider press and the broom press. I've got the fro and the draw knives and all that kind of fun stuff. You know, I love technology at the same time, but I love the old way of doing things. So. Well, today, Yalmez, I was caught in the rain. There was twice that I was caught in the rain. Who got me into smithing? That's a good question. I sort of brought it about. There was there's a place down on the Blue Ridge Parkway called Mabry Mill. It's in Virginia. It's not that far from Mount Airy, North Carolina, in that area, Galax, if anybody knows the Blue Ridge Parkway any at all. Yamez, before I go that far, Yamez, thank you so much. I know you kind of brought some of the folks in tonight, and I just, God bless you, man. We've never met, but I love you and I appreciate you, and I look forward to meeting very soon and just sharing great times together. So anyway, so we used to go there when I was a kid, and at this place there was this mill, grist mill, and they had the sorghum mill, and they had the old-time cabin, the pioneer cabin where they were doing quilts and things like that. They had the bluegrass music going on, and they had a blacksmith shop, and it was like 12 by 12 log cabin about this high. And this old boy worked in there. His name, and I kid you not, his name was Festus. His God-given name was Festus, and he drove an exact replica of the General Lee from the Dukes of Hazzard. And he had a cigar, and he would put that cigar in the corner of his mouth and just kind of bite on it. Never smoked it. And I guess it just kind of, there was his barometer. Like, you know, by the end of the day, when the cigar was gone, he was done. But anyway, even as a young kid, I used to go in there and just be absolutely enamored by it. I just absolutely loved watching him take that raw piece of steel and working it out and doing it all and everything, and just watching him work. Literally, I know this sounds, I did have good parents, but they literally, even at 6, 7 years old, I would stand inside the blacksmith shop and watch Festus work, and they would go look at the grist mill and the sorghum mill and all that kind of stuff. They'd come back, I'd be right there. I mean, this was many years ago, so it wasn't big a threat. But I really I absolutely loved it ever since then. And then when I went to the Ohio Valley Antique Machinery Show last year that I take one of my antique tractors to, this guy by the name of Mike Pasquale from our area just invited me into the shop, and then eventually just put a hammer in my hand and said, get to work. Just start doing it. And I stayed there that day and worked the rest of the day. And he said, now, if you don't come back tomorrow, I'm going to be mad. So I came back the next day, and by the end of that day, there was no question in my mind. That's exactly what I wanted to do. And like I said, I started immediately. I mean, the day I got home from the show, I started searching for forges and everything that I could think of. I'd already made my plans to go to Quad State because somebody told me about Quad State. And so, man, I was hooked. I'm 100% in. And in fact, it's just absolutely an amazing thing to me to think that I have this opportunity to do this. So I hope that's a long way to answer that question. Troy is my doppelganger. Bless your heart. Bless your heart. And I do mean that in the Southern way. If you're my doppelganger, I'm praying for you, brother. I'm praying for you. No doubt about it, Hans. Those of you who see that I do have a red beard. I got a shirt for Christmas that says the Ginger Beard Man. So that's me. I'm the Ginger Beard Man. You guys know where that is, Bob? On the Blue Ridge Parkway. Oh man, what a beautiful place. We're actually, if we get a vacation this year, we're going back to the Blue Ridge. It's my dad's favorite place on the face of the earth, other than this farm. And so that's where we're going. That's one of the first places we're going to go is back to Mabry Mill on the Blue Ridge Parkway. Yeah, I'm so sorry. Sully, I wish I could have caught up with you there. I was kind of a loner. I just kind of staggered around and, in awe of everything that was going on, and just absolutely loved being there. It's where I bought the anvil. This, I'll show you back again. This anvil came from Quad State last year, $320. I found a guy that had a trailer full of them, and I bought that anvil at Quad State last year for $320. I was using my great-great-grandfather's anvil that we found in the old sheep barn that somebody had broken the horn off of. So when I started this forge, the coal forge, I had to take it outside, but it was so heavy I had to use my forklift. I had to take it outside and set it up that way, forge out in the sun, and I propped up my great-grandfather's anvil, which just scared me to death to take that thing out there, and I worked on it. That was how I got started. And then, like I said, within about a month and a half, I had the Peter Wright here and a couple other things. But really, for me, you're from Richmond, Bob. That's cool, man. Not that terribly far away. So yeah, man, this is such a cool thing, and I'm so glad that you guys have come in here and spent some time with me this evening. My plan, and you guys let me know, my plan is to do Thursdays at 6. Now again, I'm also a minister and a farmer, so sometimes that may not happen, but we're going to try to schedule it for Thursdays at 6. And I really would like, if you guys have something else that you either want to talk about or a project you want to see me completely screw up, let me know, and I'll take all the embarrassment for everybody on here and do it myself and take that on. So yeah, like I said, and if you guys haven't, send me some discussion. Follow me up, because I'm not able to chat with you guys on the written chat yet. I'll try to figure that out, but. Man, this is so much fun that I want to connect with you guys, as many of you as possible. Oh, okay. I got you, Hans. The love for all things old school and old ways of life. There you go. All right. Thank goodness you don't look like me. But yeah, I agree with you. It's just so neat to see how amazing engineering and thought these guys put into it. Not far from the shop over that way is the original blacksmithing shop in our community that some guys did some amazing things in. I just went over and they allowed me to go in the old building and take video in there. That's going to be a part of another a video as well that I'm going to put out about some of the stuff that's in our community. And these guys literally milled an engine block and built a tractor from ground up in that shop in 1936. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Well, I definitely appreciate that, Adam. That's yeah. I don't know how to do anything other than me, so that's about all anybody's ever going to get. And I'll give it a shot. I'll try to come up with some things to do and some projects to go along. But like I said, there again, if you guys have some stuff that you would like to do, yeah, one of the things I'll show you. I know I'm not gonna spoil it because it's good stuff. It's fun stuff. But I just want to share about our community as well. It was established as a part of the Virginia Military Survey, and our family was here during that time. So we've been here a while, and we're not going anywhere anytime soon. I just like to share that kind of stuff as well. Yeah, one of the things I do want to share is just not just about the community, but those people that inspired me and people who got me into different crafts and different things. And like I said, I got Father's Day coming up and celebrating my dad and all those kinds of things. So it's really exciting for me to have this platform to be able to tell people about it and to use the shop in that way. Drink. Need a drink. Dana, I would love to come help you build your railing because I'd like to do some of that myself. I'd like to learn how to do that myself. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to putting out the video of the old forge. But yeah, Dana, I'd love to come with any of you guys and forge right beside you, man, and learn from you and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, Adam, thank you so much, man. All the way from, gosh, you guys are so cool catching in here. Catch up with us. Keep in contact, man. I love connecting with you guys. Take care, man. God bless. Yeah, we're gonna probably 130 aluminum feathers. Are you serious? Is this something that you've been commissioned to do? Wow. That is incredible. All right. 130 aluminum feathers. Feathers are one of the things I want to get started doing as well. I got a little bit of angle iron here. I'm going to try that. So, yeah, take care, Adam. God bless you, man. Excuse me. Well, guys, man, first live stream, and I can't thank you enough for just coming in here and hanging out and talking and chatting. Hopefully, I just continue to improve things. If you guys saw the overhead shot earlier, I'm going to try to make that better, make it work as it should. We got Wi-Fi. I actually got internet in this building. Really got internet in this building Tuesday night around 10 o'clock and did some tests yesterday and had to make some adjustments. So, man, it has been a treat. Yes, I did go through the gallery. There's Bushcraft. Okay, Bushcraft. Sorry, man. Sorry you missed the majority of it. We'll show you the project that we did. Just to let you know, just a candle holder, nothing special, certainly not the super tight scroll and super square and all that kind of stuff. I just did what I'm hanging out with you guys. It's just so much fun anyway. The headdress was Hans. All right. That's super cool. Man. Man, oh man. Yeah, Hans, we're going to have to get together. That's good stuff. Um, but anyway, it's for first time. I'm going to improve things. We're going to try to make things better all the time, as well as the videos, because I really am enjoying this, and I'm enjoying the craft, and sharing with you as well. But yeah, hey, guess what? It's 10 to 8. 10 to 8. Now, you know I'm from Southern Ohio because I just said it that way. Did you hear what I just said, all you guys? 10 to 8. Tyndall, Southern Ohio. How you doing? Yeah. Dana, God bless you, buddy. Love you, man. Thank you so much. We'll catch up soon. And I do want to thank everybody else for coming in. So, as we used to say, if there be no further business, I just want to share something with you real quick. And I know this is not all that popular among many, and it may get some fussing. But anyway, I just want to let you know that every little thing's going to be all right, and that God's got this under control. And I know that so many different opinions, different thoughts, different things going on. I don't want to get into all that. I just want to let you know that even though so many of you, I haven't met you, and we don't really know each other personally, but I do love you. And that's not something that hardy men do, but I'm a man, all right? And I do love you guys, and I appreciate what so many of you do for each other. I see the care and concern that you have for each other, and that's what we need to do for each other. And I'm so glad that is the case for so many. And I just Tyndall. Yep, that's exactly it. It's 10 till 7 for you out there. But I'm going to continue to do the types of videos that you see and the types of live streams that you see right here. If you haven't seen any of the videos, I usually end each video. A reason why I end each video with kind of a biblical connection to every project we do is in case you're just not into that thing and you don't want to hear it. It's at the end of the video. So if you tune out after the project is done, you're not going to hear me ramble on or talk about that. So if it's not something that that appeals to you, that's fine. But I don't want to just talk about blacksmithing, even though I absolutely love it. So that's really the point of my channel. It's not just a blacksmith, because there's 100,000 of you guys out there that are 10 times better at blacksmithing than I am. I don't know if the math worked out there or not, but a lot. There's a lot more gooder blacksmiths than I out there. Anyway, here we are, and again, can't say thank you enough. I look forward to seeing you guys and check out any of the videos. I do have an Etsy shop that, as some of you guys know, nothing's moving on Etsy for me right now, but I've got a few other projects that are done. I'm trying to get to where I can go to some of these demos. I had 5 demos scheduled for months of May and June, and 10 scheduled for the rest of the year, and so far I have only 2 of them for the whole year that are left. So we really hope that those things come back and we can be able to do that. But once again, love you guys. Thank you all. And we'll see you on the next one. God bless.